Yes. So, like I said, this is an overview of the kindergarten section of Dean's Academy. The kindergarten sections of Dean's Academy are called KiDeens for all three campuses. So KiDeens basically to a large extent starts from toddler section. In the toddler section, the child has to be a minimum of 2 years old. Tintin Arya, please stop the transcript. I do not want anyone scratching across the screen, please. Yes. So the toddler section is for 2-year-olds. The playgroup section is for 3-year-olds. LKGs for 4-year-olds. UKGs for 5 years old. Anyone who is slightly lesser than this cannot be added to this particular grade. And it will, till they are, so the youngest person in a UKG class would be minimum of 5 years old, up to almost 5 year 11 months old. And the KiDeens children from kindergarten and any of the units will automatically graduate into the main campuses of Dean's Academy. There is no new admission after when they come out of UKG, they will automatically join the Dean's Academy, either in Whitefield campus or in Gunjur campus up to grade 10. In the present scenario, that is, it is likely to change based on NEP. In the present scenario, we are offering grade 11 and 12 as well, but there is a fresh admission process for grade 11 and 12, even for Dean students. We operate across 3 campuses, KiDeens at Borwell Road, KiDeens at Ramgodanhalli, and KiDeens at Gunjur, inside the Gunjur campus. All these units are managed by the same educational trust. It's called Dean's Educational Trust, and the founder principal for that is Mrs. Shanti Menon. And of course, we have separate headmistresses and unit heads for each of the campuses. The KiDeens Borwell Road is the one for which caters to the Whitefield campus. So inside Whitefield campus, we don't have a kindergarten. So the KiDeens Borwell Road, which was established in 2014, is the main feeder campus for Dean's Academy Whitefield, which was founded in 2006. In KiDeens Borwell Road, we have 5 sections each of toddlers, playgroup, LKG and UKG. So in Borwell Road, they have the same 5 sections, which will graduate into 5 sections of Whitefield campus all the way up to 12th grade. This is how KiDeens Borwell Road looks. KiDeens Ramgodanhalli was established 2 years later. It is closer to the Vartur Airport Old Road. So along with one toddler section, it has 3 sections of playgroup, LKG, UKG. After KiDeens Ramgodanhalli, they finish UKG, they will graduate automatically to the Dean's Academy Gunjur campus. That's how KiDeens Borwell Road looks. Sorry, Ramgodanhalli looks. And then we have KiDeens Gunjur, which was also introduced along with the Gunjur campus. There we have 2 sections of LKG, UKG and playgroup LKG and UKG. It mainly caters to the neighborhood and siblings. So 3 sections from Ramgodanhalli and 2 sections from the Gunjur campus, they graduate together to make the 5 sections of grade 1 in Gunjur campus. KiDeens is normally the first engagement. We are making the KiDeens units are made in big bungalows, mainly so that it is the first home outside their home. So the babies are leaving their home for the very first time, a lot of them. And so we try to make it as homely and sweet as possible. So let's kind of see what mama wants out of it, what daddy wants out of it, what baby wants out of it. That is what this presentation is worked out around. What does the baby wish for? The baby wishes for teachers who are just like mamas, like who, an environment which is closest to home. So you will find very small numbers in the classroom. Our teachers engage very closely with the children. So there's a lot of genuine affection between the teachers and the children. This is our headmistress of the Borwell Road campus. Anyone who gets through the admission process will go through, Angeline ma'am. That's her picture. We have Shobha ma'am, who is the head of the Ramgudanali campus. She makes sure that all children, she is one of the architects of our curriculum. She makes sure that all children are very well prepared before. So it's not just the age, but that they are able to read full sentences before they can get into grade 1. And then, of course, the fun-loving, great Gunju teacher, Miss Annam, who they are people who like to cheer. They will make sure that the children are always having fun. They don't realize that they are studying ABCD. It's not, study is not a chore for them. Study is having a lot of fun in school. So school is a fun place. It's not a place where they are sitting in one place or they are disciplined. So number one, which we love to introduce to children is giving them very, very interesting learning spaces. So the learning places will be places that is not something that they have seen before. So it's very colorful. It's full of puzzles and toys and games. And through these games, they learn. Here they are, learning skip counting. Then there are many toys everywhere, and again, nice spacious rooms where they can run around and play and learn. So there's a lot of running around. It's not sitting and learning at all to a large extent. Of course, we cater to the immediate neighborhood. So that is why age criteria, along with age criteria, the address where they are living is a very important part of the thing. So they will find their very close friends from their same apartment buildings or someone nearby who will be in their class along with them. So they will find a lot of known faces. Along with that, our campuses have a lot of animals in that. So we have rabbits, we have duck, we have one fat old turkey, we have parrots, we have a turtle, we have fish. So these also, they have baby fish and baby rabbits and baby ducks throughout the year. And so that is something that the children really look forward to coming back to school for. Let's see what Mama wants. What's Mama's concern regarding school? So the number one concern that most mamas have is, of course, safety. To a large extent, it is safety. So in Dean's Academy, what you would find not just in the kindergarten section is that we have very fixed class numbers. We are not increasing sections. Even if we say no, even if you had 2 teachers in a class, but if you have 16 sections, 17 sections, nobody knows anybody else in the school, and we have 100 CCTV cameras, the safety does not come from those. The safety comes from everybody knowing everybody in the school. When you're inside the school, every child is recognized. You know each one, you know what they are capable of, what kind of naughtiness they can do, what kind of good things that they can do, how predictable they are. That is what keeps the children safe. So our class numbers are very small. In toddlers, normally it is 10 to 15 children per class. It's not more than that. Then in playgroup, it is around 20 children in a class. LKG, UKG in certain campuses goes up to 25. And then in grade 1, it is 30. But always it is maximum of 5 sections. So our school works on a school community basis, so that everyone knows everyone. That's where the baby is safe. If a baby is feeling breathless, we know instantly that is it asthma, is the child supposed to immediately move to a hospital, can they be given first aid, can they not be, how far the parent is working, all these kinds of things we know, because there are not so many numbers that the child is a stranger. The campus, again, because of whatever it is, even before the pandemic, it is sanitized every day, it is child safe. And again, it is very cozy, small classrooms, small numbers. So everyone is catered to based on what they need. Again, we do a lot of staff training. So there is a lot of staff training throughout the year. The staff, not just the housekeeping staff or the bus transport staff, the teachers, the admin staff, everyone goes through training on a regular basis to be reminded and updated on how children need to be supported. So based on different kind of events that happen, they are trained. Even without that, we have a schedule of training for them. Here, see, the staff is being told where each child will be seated in the bus. because there is a pattern even to that, where the smaller children will go, where the larger children will go, where the bus bag needs to be kept. So things like that is, even those are discussed, because again, we are a school which is about 15, 16 years old now. So we would, we base it on experience to a large extent, and a lot of planning as well. The toilets, to a large extent, you will realize when, when you go into the school, especially if this is Ramgodanhalli, Borwell Road, you will find open toilets, because those are meant for toddler babies. We don't have doors so that they can get shut inside. There are normally screens which are put. So there are just regular shower curtains which are put outside, and we have only baby toilets, so that the children can hop on themselves, hop off themselves. A lot of babies come to school without being toilet trained, and in toddlers and playgroup. So they get toilet trained during the time that they are in school. So that is why they have tiny toilets. Only in UKG, by LKG and UKG is when they will start, using the regular toilets, and those also to a large extent are attached toilets. So the teacher is within calling distance of the baby when baby wants to wash hands, or any kind of mess that happens in the toilet. Teachers and admin staff are always there at calling distance for them. It's quite a big deal. I'm sure a lot of moms in this group will recognize that it's quite a big deal for all children of that age. Again, all our campuses have a trained nurse. They are trained, and all staff as well are trained with basic life-saving courses every year. It's updated every year, and there is a strict emergency first aid procedure that is followed. Any issue that we have, we are well prepared for it. The school safety, again, is not only the staff to a large extent, especially now with the pandemic. We do have, we are very strict about babies who are slightly unwell also. They are not allowed inside school. And otherwise also, there are a lot of process in place to make sure that the school is a safe environment for children. This again is constantly updated. We request you to please go through the website. We have either on the Dean's website or on the KiDeens website. Please go through the safety procedures to know more about the safety processes in the school. What else would mom want to know? School timings, of course. So the school timings slightly differ from campus to campus, but it's most of the time it is between 8 and 12:30. In Borwell Road campus and Ramgodanhalli, KDVR and KDRH as I call it, the timing is 8:30 to 12:30. The children are normally in from 8:15 onwards. They start coming into school and they leave by about 12:15, 12:30. They are out of the school. In Gunjur, it's 8 o'clock because the rest of the school also comes in by 8 o'clock. So the timing is 8 o'clock to about 12, 12:15. For toddlers, the babies who are 2-year-olds, we would like them to have their breakfast and then come to school. So we give that time where they come in by 9 o'clock and they leave by 12 o'clock. So they get 2 meal breaks in school. One is normally about 15 minutes after they come into school. We have a nice seating process. Again, in each class, say for the toddler section or for playgroup section where there are 20 children, for each class there is a teacher, there is an assistant, and there are 2 matrons in class, which means there are 4 people in the class who help out each of the children for having their breakfast, for cleaning up after art activity, for going to the bathroom. So each class is assigned 4 adults to take care of the children while they are eating. So a lot of them, even in LKG, UKG, they need to be coaxed to eat. Here, of course, they are making their own sandwiches. The pictures that you see, they are making their own sandwiches in class, and then they are encouraged to eat it by the teacher. So today, that is a picture of sandwich day. We also provide canteen facility in case any parents would request it. Now, a lot of the babies from kindergarten, we all have working parents. So up to children not necessarily go back from school directly home. We offer a D-nest facility in all campuses except Borwell Road, except Ramgodanhalli campus. So the Whitefield campus is the one which has the longest time, up to 6 o'clock in the evening. It also has a toddler program. So Whitefield doesn't have a kindergarten, but they do run a toddler program in the D-nest itself, which is very, very similar to what is exactly the same as what is taught in Borwell Road campus or in Ramgundanhalli campus. The children can extend their timings there to 6 o'clock. The KiDeens in Borwell Road has its own daycare facility, which is from 12:30 to 3:30 p.m. and Gunjur is from 12:30 to 3 p.m. That again, daycare for children is from 9 to 3 p.m. So we have anyone from Ramgundanhalli who need a daycare facility would need to go to Whitefield campus for the daycare program. The bus will take them there. Also, the transport section can go and drop the kid off to a daycare facility or to a grandparent's home or to the child's, office, the parent's office. Those kind of facilities are also available. Now, the school does a lot of things beyond the curriculum. We have ABCD and all that every day, but we do have a lot of celebrations where they learn. So, because to build a community, we call parents into school to watch different programs all through the year, simply because it builds that relationship between the teacher and the student and the parents. So we have school day, which happens every alternate years, and sports day, which happens every alternate year. We have festival assemblies, which are conducted by each class. Then we have a lot of story sessions. We have the Lollapalooza, which is an inter-school competition that we host. Then we have daddy's days, mummy days, grandparents days, where the different family members come in to visit the school, engage with the little ones. And of course, then you get to know the school staff and the process as well. We have a lot of internal competitions, that is recitation, fancy dress, show and tell, storytelling, etc. Physical activity, it's a very big part of the school here where babies are barely ever sitting. Even for their curricular lessons, they are barely ever sitting. So it's called a playway methodology that we follow. The children are always running around. So we do have a lot, we have about an hour of free play. We have planned outdoor games. We have sand play. Inside the sand, we will put a lot of toys. And sometimes you have proper lessons like go and find all the, find all the yellow things, or find 2 yellow things, 2 red things in the sand pit and come back. So you are learning numbers, you are learning colors. So you have to do activities that way, which will even not just be a learning at the same time while they are playing they are learning. This is our toddler section with games that they have learned. Dance and music and art. So we do have dance, music and art. Again, it is tied up to the lessons that are there in school. There's a lot of rhythm, dance, music and sketches, and it's all integrated into this. So you will have during the time, the theme of the month is say insects, you will have a butterfly dance, or you'll have a caterpillar dance, or you'll have about birds, about plants, about cars, about robots. So different things, it's where different vocabulary, it's all added into the dance and music that they do. Field trips, again through field trips, through the use of playway methodology. So the children learn a lot through role play and activities. Look, here it's a craft activity on a pizza, but they are talking about what all goes into a pizza. It's made out of wheat, you have all these vegetables, you have cheese, everything that goes in, it goes into the oven, it cooks. So they are having this whole role play on it. We take them to field trips to supermarkets. All this is within that 8 to 12:30 that they come in. So they go on bus rides, they go to places within Whitefield area or Vartur area, so that they can know about things which are around them, from where is the hospital, what happens in a hospital, what happens in the fire station, things like that. And of course, there's lots and lots of show and tell that happens throughout school, simply because it gets the children to speak up, and while they speak up, they learn. I'd request the chatting to be put to the end of the session, and all the answers will be, I will be taking a long question answer session and answering all your queries at that time. Life skills. Again, life skills are age appropriate. See, in a toddler section, you're looking at hand-eye coordination. Whether you tell the child you have to walk between these lines, run in slowly between the lines. You can't go zigzag. You have to take the ball, you have to throw it and make sure that it stays inside the bin. So you have, and then how would you glue things in when there is artwork? So they learn how to do that activity. Again, finger strengthening exercise. We don't, parents say, oh, my child already knows ABCD. But before they start writing, in our school only at 4 years. So before they start writing, they need finger strengthening exercises like putting clips. And of course, in UKG, we do have cooking without fire and other life skills that they learn. Parent engagement. A lot of times, moms and dads, they have a lot of different details that they want to ask the school teachers. So we do have where you fill up the application form. The student records are automatically updated by the parent through the parent login. You can check the fee receipts and report cards, and there we have a get in touch where you can write directly to the parents, to the teachers, each of the class teachers. You can write things like, my baby is unwell, or my baby is not eaten his dabba, or you have missed a particular some communication from the teacher. You can talk to them directly using the ERP section. You also have one-on-one meetings with the teachers or management, which can be done through this format. And the teachers will send you updates regarding color days during activities through the ERP platform. Weekly updates, again, at the end of every week, the teachers send you a report of what all happened in school. So you have something called the week peak. It is not informed to you before the lesson happens, but actually after the lesson happens, every week, every hour, whatever was conducted in school, you will get a report regarding that by the end of every week, so that you know what is the pace that the child is going at in school. Some of the other platforms we use is Microsoft Teams. There is a lot of online sessions. So not always a parent wants to talk to the teacher. It is not expected that they have to come to school to talk to the teacher or something. We do have the facility of having a call online, on Microsoft Teams. Each of the children are given a Microsoft Teams login, and we use it to have online sessions. Sometimes we have parenting sessions on it. Sometimes we have parent-teacher meetings on that, where you can discuss any details regarding your child on that. It can be fixed at any time based on the convenience of the teacher and the parent. And of course, we have Google Groups through which school communications and circulars come to parents. Let's see what daddies may be curious about. These are normally daddy questions that we get. Curriculum and progression. So what is a curriculum that we follow? Is it CBSE, ICSE, IB? Well, all of those kick in grade 1. So they are all a framework again on what needs to be taught in each grade. In kindergarten, we have things like you have keto, we have you have Montessori, things like that. What we follow is called a playway methodology. So it's an activity-based and multisensorial approach where the children are playing and dancing and singing to learn. So it's broadly divided into numeracy, literacy, and discovery. So there are a lot of multidisciplinary activities and field trips to improve mainly communication skills. And of course, languages, that is Hindi and Kannada, are introduced to them in LKG and UKG. Again, the focus is not on writing Hindi and Kannada. They see that when 4-year-olds are not writing, this is what they do. They make the alphabets in Play-Doh first, or through their fingers first, before they actually hold a pencil and write. Numeracy. So in playgroup, they are normally introduced to shapes, puzzles, and their numbers 1 to 20. We have a variety of Montessori equipment through which they learn. They learn missing numbers, they learn sequencing, quantification. Again, I would like to stress that a lot of it, we have our own methodologies of teaching. See here, there are rectangles and there are circles and they're making a train. At the end of the exercise, they're going to eat it all up. So that is the fun part of learning. We would not want parents to teach. We would want us to teach it in our own method to the children. If you teach the child at home, then what happens is they come to school and then they get bored in school. So, and then you want the pace of the studies to go further, faster for your child. So it becomes quite shaky. The best thing is to let the children, I would always tell parents, if you have to teach something to children at home, it should be, eating food, going to the bathroom by themselves, taking care of themselves, a lot of that personalized empowerment rather than what is curriculum bits like teaching ABCD and multiplication tables and names of countries and maps, all those kinds of things, something that's done in school. In LKG, they would go up to grade 1, about numbers 1 to 50. We give basic number names 1 to 10, and they learn simple addition attraction. Like I said, they go to the sandpit, teacher will say, pick up 2 yellow trucks and 2 red trucks. So then it is 2 plus 2, 4. They'll say, oh, I have 4 over here. And then if I take away your 1 yellow truck, how many yellow trucks will you have? Things like that. So it is subtraction or addition without really giving those particular terminology to the children. In UKG, they learn 1 to 100. They learn place value, backward counting, comparison, which is greater than, smaller than. They have ascending order, descending order, lesser than, smaller than symbols, things like that. Also, they do skip counting, ordering of numbers, and basic time telling. In a regular clock, what is the time? Is it 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock? How to do that? That also they learn. And I think a little bit of money as well. In English, again, the focus is on communication skills and speaking skills. They are introduced to a lot of stories, reading games, etc. In playgroup, they are introduced to the letter sounds of A to Z. We follow the Jolly Phonics method, which means the first letter that your child will learn through phonics method is S. Then you have A. Then you have T. Then you have pin, then E. And then S. So SATPIN is the first set of words. And when we introduce them to those particular letter sounds, we also teach them sat, pin, tap, all the words which are attached to that, which is why I was saying a lot of blending, sight words, pictures. So it's not, one rote learning or a song which is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's not what they're learning. They're learning it through phonics methodologies. So in LKG, they learn cursive writing directly. That's the first time I said we do not teach them how to write. Before that, the focus is on cursive writing. So they begin cursive writing in LKG. They learn to blend 3-letter words, which means they're learning pin, tap, top, cup, all those kinds of middle vowel sounds. They're learning 3-letter words in LKG. By UKG, they learn bigger words. They learn to blend, they learn digraphs, they learn small sentences, the cat sat on the mat, the frog on the log. They learn rhyming words, opposite, use of articles, and the positional words, this, that, all that they learn. Also, they are introduced to Hindi and Kannada from LKG onwards. In LKG, we introduce them to swar or vowels, and in UKG, they are introduced to Vyanjan. Then you go into 2-letter words, 3-letter words, so das, bus, those kinds of words, without any matra. See, again here I said we do not write, but they will learn it through puzzles. They will put their finger on it and learn how to write. Discovery every month has its activities which are color days, there are festival days, and there are topics and concepts which are introduced through stories, through art, so that there's a lot of vocabulary. Every single 2 months or 2 to 3 months, almost 500 new concepts the child learns in each of the grades. So in kindergarten, they learn almost say 4,000 words. By the time they are out of kindergarten, in different languages, they have learned so many words and concepts. So there's a lot being taught in school at that time. All of it is taught through fun activities, through stories, at the pace that the child wants to know. When the child starts talking, finally, sometimes some children talk late, they talk when they are 3 years old, when they are 4 years old, doesn't matter, but by the time they have assimilated all this information that is necessary for them. Lot of sensorial activities through Montessori material as well. This is the blue fox story. They have done a craft activity on it. It's on the color day. Again, progression is quite a bit of importance. When you get into KiDeens, I would like to reiterate that automatically you graduate into grade 1 and continue up to grade 10 in Dean's Academy. However, we have a clear demarcation of who goes where. If you are in KiDeens Borwell Road, since Dean's Academy Whitefield does not have a kindergarten section, children of Borwell Road are graduate into the Dean's Academy Whitefield campus. From Ramgundanhalli, the children graduate into the Gunjur campus. We do not have a transfer processes between these campuses. So if you go into Borwell Road, you get into Whitefield. If you go into Ramgondanhalli, you will only come to Gunjur. At any point of time you want to change between campuses, you would need to go through 100% fresh admission process, and the school will not assist you or kind of give you any kind of preference if you are within the campus for transfers between campuses. So the KiDeens Ramgondanhalli and KiDeens Gunjur all graduate into grade 1 at Gunjur campus. Transport facilities, we have transport facilities for all grades of kindergarten from toddler section onwards. Normally by March or April, the transport routes are fixed. After that, we don't change it. So you cannot change, say I will try out dropping once, and then there's no one side transport. Even if you want to do your own dropping, you would need to pay for both pick and drop. And of course, only facility we provide is pick and drop could be to different locations. Like I said, most of our kindergarten does not go back home. They come from their home in the morning and they get dropped off at daycare facilities or offices of their parents, or sometimes to grandparents' homes, things like that. That is a facility that we are able to offer. The transport fees is not included in the school fees. It is based separately on the distance from school. What does the school want from parents? Till now we have seen what child wants, what mama wants, what daddy wants. So what does the school want from parents? Number one thing that we want is trust. You are leaving your baby with us for 4 hours in kindergarten, and then as the days go by, for 8 hours from grade 1 onwards. So when you join the school, one of the main reasons why we want interview with you, with the children, we get to know you better, is because we bring up the children together. The school does not bring the child up alone, and the parents don't bring them up alone. It is a joint effort, and that joint effort cannot be a success without trust between the school and the parents. For learning more about the school, again, make an informed choice. Do not go by hearsay. Please go through the website and social pages. Our policies and procedures are constantly updated with relevant information. Before your child joins school, or even before you apply for the school, we want you to go through the policies and procedures and say this is what it is, and if it suits you, only then take the admission into the school. We have an alumni. You can either write on a day book to the teacher on a regular basis, or you can write to the school management. We'll check it every day. We also have the parent portal EduFlex. We request you to look at it from time to time, simply because teachers do write down a lot of things about your child, any kind of activity that they have done, good or bad. They are updated into the parent portal, which is directly between the teachers and the parents. You need to update your email constantly on child records. Again, if it is office email sometimes, or if it's Outlook, Yahoo, Rediff, our Google Groups email sometimes, kind of bounces off if it's any of these. So you need to have a email which you check regularly for the notices from school. We want you to be a participant. Again, we enjoy having parents over 3 to 4 times at least every year. We want you to come into school. It's half an hour, 1 hour. You need to come in to enjoy the occasion with your child in school, because a lot of precious memories are made in kindergarten. Most important again is you need to check your child's bag every day. Babies of that age all the way to 5 years, they do tend to mess up quite a bit. They have soiled clothes very often, and they bring things from school. They bring somebody else things from school, or the school is strewn with a lot of puzzle pieces, with a lot of Montessori toys, books, etc. So the babies don't realize that that they can't take it back home. If they bring it back home, please do send it back. It's a common thing. We would like you to not feel embarrassed about it and send it back to school. Again, there's a lot of tiffin boxes, because we do stress on babies finishing their tiffin box before they go out for activities. So sometimes they just stuff it into some small pockets in the school bags and things like that. So you would need to check whether the old tiffin boxes are removed from the school. Again, it is our endeavor from our side that every baby has to be made special in school. However, if someone says, no, you have to heat the food and give it to my baby, or my child is not getting up in the morning, I want the school timings to be changed for the child, or the uniform needs to be changed for the child. Again, We want to make every baby special, but we cannot change the school processes to suit any one particular child. Whatever is for each baby, it has to be for all the 100, 200 babies in each of the campuses. Again, teachers are actually superhuman beings. They do take care of 30 kids and they're able to engage them well, but at the same time, there is a limit to how much they can be. They are also still human beings. So if you have any issues, sometimes there are, they are not completely perfectionists. If you have issues, we are open to having suggestions and problems. You can write to the teachers, you can write back to the principal if you want to complain against a teacher, rather than discuss it in a public forum and create problems instead of solutions. Yeah. So let me go to the most crucial part of this entire presentation, which is the admission process. So the admission process, we only offer waitlist programs. Again, because as I said, we are a fixed number. School, toddlers, we have a toddler section already in place. The toddler applications for that section will only open in March 1st. It does not open before that. So it will open only on March 1st, 2023, because we want the babies to be a little grown up, at least closer to 2 years, so that before they come for the interview, before they join school. For all other grades, the waitlisting opens on 26th October, mainly because we already have those 45 toddlers who are going into playgroup, or in Ramgodanhalli, we have those 10 toddlers who are going into playgroup. So the balance seats only are open, again, because it becomes like fastest finger first. Uploading applications, if we offer 100 applications for the 30 seats, it becomes very difficult if the parent has gone through the whole trouble of uploading pictures and a lot of personal information. So we are looking for very basic information in the waitlist forms, and based on that, we will send you an application form which you will get at least 24 hours to fill in. The waitlist forms are available on our admissions pages, and this is how it looks. Waitlist for KDBR, waitlist for RDR. KDBR is Borwell Road, KDRH is Ramgodanhalli, and KDGJ is Gunjur. You will find separate waitlist for each of the campuses. You can fill in. You will choose the campus. We will not choose the campus for you. This will open at exactly 9 AM on 26th October. This link connects to a waitlist form. The waitlist form looks like this. This is only the information you need. You can probably put it into a notepad or a word pad somewhere and copy paste it into this. We need a name of the child. We need the grade into which you are applying. The grade is age specific. The age criteria has been fixed by the Karnataka government. There cannot be changed in any way. Based on that, you need to apply for the particular grade. We need the name of the parent. We need the parent's email ID and date of birth of the child, the full residence thing. Now, if you are not staying in that particular residence, also you can still say, I am moving into so and so place. What is important to me is name of the building, name of the apartment building, the street on which it stays, and the pin code to a large extent. So you could say I'm saying in Mahadevpura PSN, more than enough for me. Or say I'm Brigade Metropolis or Brigade Cosmopolis, just the name of the building, the area where it is. You can say Nallur-Helly, Siddhapura, BML layout, things like that. That will be the way it will get one of the selection processes that. And then remarks. If you are staying outside Bangalore, we are going to move there. If you are staying, say, in Koramangala, or you are staying some other part of the city and then you're moving into this part of the city, that can be mentioned there. If you have an elder sibling who you want to apply for also, you can say I'm applying for UKG for one child, I'm applying for second grade for another child, so that if only one of them gets application first, we will try and prioritize the second one as well. Also, if your child is slightly away from the age criteria, we cannot do months, we can do days. So if your baby is, say, not June 1st born, but say June 4th born, June 5th born, all the way to June 10th born, we can take. So you can mention that the baby is 5 days older than the age criteria, 4 days old. End of June, no chance. July, August, absolutely no chance. You'll have to go back to do the next grade. The previous grade, sorry. Admission application details. for once the waitlist is formed based on when the seat becomes available. Now for playgroup, we do have ready-made seats available immediately. But for all other grades, UKG, LKG, it will normally open only post-November, post-December. Whenever the seat becomes available, we'll send you the application form. When for the application, we need photographs of the parents, birth certificate and immunization record to be updated into the application form when we send it to you. Based on that, there will be an interview call through email. All the communication from school will be through email to a large extent. You will be invited for an interaction. The invitations are based on this. Number one is first come, first serve. Whoever fills up the waitlist form first, they are the ones who are called. Please don't ask what is my waitlist number. As and when the waitlist gets cleared, we are not manipulating it in any way. It will get sorted automatically based on address and based on who has filled it at the earliest. Based on that, we will send out the application forms. Then you have the age criteria, which is very, very important. And the proximity to the feeder campus or to the main school. So someone staying on ECC road, someone staying on Gunjur road will get the highest priority for either Ramgodanhalli or Borwell as well. And of course, like I said, we are starting a very long relationship with the parent when they join kindergarten. So it's a 14-year-old relationship, which means with minimal amount of adjustments from either side, we want to start a journey. Something that doesn't suit you, don't take up the school. If something about us that you don't like, again, or we don't like, there will be, so we need that shared belief. This is how we would like to, bring up the child together for the next 14 years. Based on that only, we will be doing the process, the admission process. Age criteria, this is based on the Karnataka government ruling. This has gone into all the leading papers on 26 July. You can look at it on the website, on any of the, Google, you can search it out. The new age criteria, which is fixed by the Karnataka government, is 6 years minimum as on grade 1. It cannot be changed in any way. This will soon become an NEP thing because it is going to be introduced throughout the country. Today it is there in Karnataka and a few more other states, but it will slowly be part of the NEP as the days go by. So it will affect when the child comes to CBSE 10th grade as well. Fee structure, these are already published on the website. This is the entire fees. It is payable in 3 components. The first component is 55% of the fees and the balance 35/10. And over and above this, there will still be a additional one-time processing fee. This is non-refundable, which is payable at 25,000. This is one time at the time of admission only, and then in the future years, there is no new processing fee which is charged. The timelines are also published on the website. The fee structures for each campus is slightly different. So you can look at it. Each of the admissions pages have the fee structures published on the same page. For Gunjur campus. The application form and timelines. Based on availability seats, we will start sending application forms by the beginning of November. 26th is when you fill up the waitlist form. From beginning of November onwards, we will start sending you the application form. Playgroup applicants will get the first set of forms that will be sent, and once we send it, we will give you about 24 hours or 2 days to fill up the form. And based on that, we will send you a date. We will send you the dates as and when we send you the application forms, and then based on that, we will give you an appointment with the headmistress. Miss Angeline works out of like how the admissions office works out of the Gunjur campus. Miss Angeline works out of the Borwell Road campus. So all admission interactions, even if it is for Ramgodanhalli or for Gunjur campus, the admission interaction will be in person at the KiDeens Borwell Road for all the 3 campuses. Once you have met with Miss Angeline, it will take 2 days for you to get the admission offer, or if it's not working out, both anyway decision will be given within 2 days of the admission offer. This is our admissions team. You can contact us at admissions@deansacademy.com. We normally don't take, it's the best way of communication with us. We don't normally take more than 48 hours to answer your queries. So all queries, no matter how many times it's placed, you will get very similar answers because we don't have other answers. So you can write to us, you can call us when presentation is going on, the phone is off the hook. But otherwise, you can call us at between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. on 6363541941 or of any of the reception desks. My colleague Shweta is, on chat with you. And I'm Hamsini. Again, please contact us only through this email and through this number. We are on a lot of parent forums. We are very popular in our neighborhoods. We, again, after spending 8 hours answering admission queries at school, we do not want to be contacted at home or on personal basis for any reason for admission queries. So please refrain from doing so. We will follow a fair, straightforward process as explained during the orientation on how we would be doing the admission process. I would be stopping this one now, the PPT, and taking calls. Please do not unmute yourself. Please raise your hand and I will, based on the raised hand, I will answer. I think most of the queries are answered on the presentation. Hopefully you have, heard it, and I think most of the questions are answered. Nikita.
Good morning, ma'am. Nikita here. So thank you so much for this detailed presentation. This really helped. So I just wanted to confirm my understanding. So the waitlist form is available at 9 a.m. So in that, when we updating waitlist form, we don't have to upload the photos or the evidences of the child. So just the basic details will go in the waitlist form. And if it is shortlisted, then the application form will be sent in the first week of November, and then the further procedure would be taken up.
Correct, ma'am.
Is my understanding correct?
100%, 100%.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Again, yeah, it's completely dependent on availability of seats. Like I said, it's only the previous grade who, how many seats open up. Based on that, we keep sending. So on and off, we do have, though we think, again, once even after sending application form, even after meeting, sometimes it doesn't work out. So, and then, or after everything, and even after we send admission offer, someone doesn't take it. So not, again, or they don't get the campus of their choice. They have applied in all 3 campuses, but they've got a call for 1 campus. So those kinds of things does occur. So on and off, we do continue admission processes all the way till March. And we only look at this particular wait list and we call in chronological order from the wait list. We do not go and take a fresh wait list or, kind of prioritize someone who's lower on the wait list for this. Any other questions, ma'am? Yeah. Mr. Hariharan,
good morning, ma'am.
Mr. Hariharan, I'll call out to you. Kindly wait your turn.
Sure.
Yeah, Deepti. Deepti.
Hi, ma'am. Thank you so much for providing valuable information through this session. I have cleared major queries, but one query I still have to communicate with you. And my query is all about, suppose we have been shortlisted according to the waitlist form. So after that, as according to the process that you said, we will be notified within 3 days that we have been confirmed or not according to the waitlist process. After that, the child needs to go for any assessment or like any.
That's part of the process. So when your baby comes for interaction, if it's a UKG baby, the UKG child will be, there is a written assessment. I'm sorry, I didn't add it to the presentation.
Yeah.
So there is a 5-minute written assessment. See, so mostly it's like a regular worksheet. Most babies are very enthusiastic looking at crayons and all to finish it off at the earliest. It is one-on-one between the teacher and the child. They'll sit down, they'll fill up the kind of, they'll fill up the, 1 minute, is there anybody waiting to be admitted? I'm sorry, no problem. So there is a small interaction for UKG, there's a written assessment. For LKG, we will talk to the baby. For playgroup, we want the baby along so that there is a, we meet the child before. And again, from my side, I always say, because we have been spending so much time, like literally, like if you look at my own example, last 16 years, around 300 days of the year, I'm with small children or children of all ages from nursery to 12th grade. So there is a good idea of what we expect in each grade. So, that few 5 minutes interaction is more than enough. UKG can be a 15-minute interaction simply because it takes 10 minutes for the baby to write the assessment based on which we will be. LKG again, we will ask baby small questions. What is mommy's name? What is daddy's name? What color shirt they are wearing? Or something like that, but no prepared answers. A lot of parents come back and say, ma'am, we prepared this, please ask him this. So we don't want prepared answers from the babies. Correct.
Yeah. Ma'am, I have one more query to add on this. Can you please specify what you are looking for UKG-based assessment, like in general?
I explained the curriculum. So
Uh-huh.
what is taught in LKG is expected in UKG. So by the time your baby is coming here, the baby would have just gone through half of LKG. So primarily in UKG, we are
Okay.
looking at the ability to be very clear about phonics. So normally by playgroup or beginning of LKG, babies are very clear which alphabet makes what sound. So if there is a frog picture and there is F written somewhere, the baby should be able to draw a line between the frog and, or for example, numbers again. If they see there'll be 5 birds and then there'll be 5, 6, 7, 8 written there, and the babies have to do, it's like match the following, say, are there 5 birds, are there 7 birds, or there are 5 birds and there are there are 5 crows and 2 sparrows, how many birds are there? They'll have, and so the bird pictures are there, so they're just going to add it all up and say this many are there. So those kinds of questions will be there, ma'am. And of course, there is a bit of language as well. So recognition of I, things like that.
Okay. Ma'am, and if suppose if we have gone through the like in general, like in a worst case, like suppose we have got confirmation after the wait list, and maybe sometimes because kids are a little bit cranky during their assessment based on their mood for
Again, I said 90% babies will be cranky. In fact, when the
yeah.
parent is
Yeah.
saying why we have they ask, oh ma'am, we have only 5-minute interaction. But the fact is, beyond 5 minutes, all normal babies, this is just absolutely normal. Any baby you bring into a campus for the first time, number one is they think we are a doctor, because if they see a woman sitting on the other side of her desk and looking at them, they know
Absolutely, ma'am.
100% it's a
Absolutely.
doctor. So
Yeah.
that one question comes, and then they don't sit still. Babies are not meant to sit still at that age. Below 5 years, there are no children who sit still. They will be fidgety, which is why we have 5-minute interaction when the baby, when the parent is asking so many questions, we tell them write the mail to us, because babies do get very fidgety. They'll start picking things off the table, they'll run around, all that happens, and that is completely normal. Like I said, we are spending our whole days with babies here in school, so we are not expecting anything. In fact, even in school and outside during the interaction, when a baby sits completely still and is completely, so well behaved, we will think how much threatening they must have gone through at home, or how much begging and pleading, how
Yeah.
much of gifts have they have been promised to be able to behave that way in school, So, yeah. So we are looking
Okay.
at normal behavior,
It's
normal.
just
Yeah.
like, yeah. It's just checking how the kid is just like that, right, ma'am?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Most welcome. Most welcome.
Bye.
Prashasya.
Hi, ma'am. Thank you for the information. So, ma'am, I've been trying for my child since last year also. He was eligible for LKG last year, and this year he's eligible for UKG. So, last year we tried for the Borwell Road KiDeens,
And Borwell
and
Road doesn't have LKG seats, never open up in Borwell Road. It has not opened.
so
Last year, in fact, we did 6 admissions, which was school record. First time since Borwell Road opened, I did six admissions in LKG. And
yeah, but then there was no waitlist form also for
there
LKG.
was no wait list form. That's right.
How is the scenario for UKG this year?
Ma'am, UKG again, unfortunately, this year there is a big bit of problem, simply because one is our own babies. There are a few children who were, whose parents begged and pleaded or whatever, and their age criteria is a problem. They are beyond July, or they are in August born babies who are there in present UKG, which means we cannot push them to grade 1 now. So those babies will be kept back. And then our own siblings were there who wanted to apply for grade 1. And grade 1, we have 30 seats. In UKG, we have only 10 seats. So now they are not meeting the age criteria. So again, the number of applications for UKG is higher for that reason. Because in anyway, if they are changing their school from the current school to Dean's Academy, they are thinking might as well try for UKG first. So it is there, but I'm not sure, ma'am. We do have a lot of people staying back in LKG as well because of the new age criteria. So I can't really predict, but yeah, UKG is also going to be a crunch as compared to grade 1. Grade 1 is when we have 30 seats, ma'am.
Waitlist form for UKG this year? Or
It will be available. The waitlist form for UKG is available this year, but it is not, I'm not sure how fast it will get cleared. It will probably get cleared in February, March.
where do we exactly access the waitlist form? Because I think
You can go to the admissions pages. You will see when you click on waitlist form. I showed it in my presentation as well. You click on waitlist for KDBR, waitlist for which is for Borwell Road, then KDGJ, which is for Gunjur, KDRH, which is for RH. You can go click on that. It will go into a waitlist form page, and that particular waitlist form will go live. It will be bold and orange in color. You will find it very easily on 26th October.
okay, all right. Thank you so much. Thank you
Most
for
welcome.
the information.
All the best, ma'am. I do hope you get in this year. All the best to you. Mr. Shekhar Sunny.
Hey, thank you. So my child is October, and for the next session, then he'll be as per to playgroup.
Yes, sir.
So for the list form will only be available on 26th, or the form is available. We can make the submission.
No, form is not available, sir. It will be activated on 26th morning.
Okay, so and it will be online submitted. That will decide the wait list. First come, first service.
Yes, sir.
So so the questions and all that you were mentioning that you can really, so that on the day of submission, the process is faster. Like 2 minutes is what maximum that I believe, since you have limited within first 5 minutes it will all be long wait list. So is there a way like we have the questions?
So the questions I just showed you, name, date of birth, address, that's all we are looking for. Only name, date of birth, address.
Okay.
That's it.
So I live on ECC road, like walking distance from like 100 meters, less than 100 meters from KiDeens.
Yes, sir.
So that the distance plays a role in terms of getting the shortlist?
It definitely plays a role, but please understand that both Whitefield, both ECC Road, Borwell Road, both these roads, just these two roads, if you look, per year there are 800 new apartment buildings. We don't have that many seats available. So 100 yards, 500 yards from either Whitefield campus or Borwell Road campus, they are hugely upcoming areas. So you have tons of application form, apartment buildings. So though address is a criteria, it cannot be, we are not able to match the demand in any way. So, and then of course, it's first come, first serve to a large extent, which means if you have applied at 9-5 and there is a person, say from Mahadevpura, Brigade Metropolis, or someone from Budigeri, or somebody who's from Padigodi, who has also applied at 9-2 or 9-3 before you, they would be considered before you. That's right. Even if you stay on the Whitefield Road.
Okay. And after 26, when will that information come in? Like whether you have been.
Whenever the seats are available. Like I mentioned the timelines in my PPT as well. Playgroup applications go out the earliest. They will probably go out by the beginning of November. And once one round is over, then next round of applications will go and things like that. LKG, UKG to a large extent would only be post-December. That is only
Okay,
for
so
Borewell
playgroup
Road, only
November.
for Borewell Road, whereas Ramgundanhalli has 37 seats for LKG. So their LKGs will go immediately. Gunjur has 10 or 12 seats of LKG that will also go immediately.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Most welcome. All the best. Mr. Hariharan?
Yeah. Firstly, thank you very much, ma'am, for the detailed presentation. It was really helpful, and also thank you to giving an opportunity to me to ask questions. I will keep it really short. Couple of questions. So on the waitlist form, like on 26th October, it will be out, right? So will there be? Do parents get to choose the location? Like you have 3
Yes,
campuses,
sir.
right? For the
There are separate waitlist forms, no? The waitlist form
okay,
is
so
separate for each campus.
can we fill it out for the separately for each campus? Is that
Of
allowed?
course, yes, of course, sir. Of course you can.
Uh, so the same parent, or maybe if I am filling it for Gunjur campus, my wife can fill it for the Ramgondanhalli campus, right?
Yes, yes.
So there is no restriction there. So based on the availability, whichever campus is there, we will get this.
Yes, of course.
Or we will be okay. And another thing, ma'am, and thanks for clarifying on that. The other thing is, ma'am, the age criteria which you are mentioning, right? It is applicable even to the existing students, right?
Yes, of
So
course.
let's say whoever is in UKG or LKG currently, and they do not meet the age criteria, or maybe they are short by months, and I'm sure there will be a lot of cases.
There are not lot of cases,
So,
sir. The thing is that we have always had we had a 30th June date till now. Till last year, we had a 30th June date. So we had
okay.
one or two people who have that time also done the same thing, saying, "Oh, we have not met age criteria. Please give it to us," and they pushed it. But
Got it.
so that way we have very few. We have about 2-3 people in each class. That's all. Not more than that.
Uh-huh.
Because 90% of the
Okay,
kids
and
meet age
okay.
criteria.
So I was a little skeptical because I was under the impression that that would further shrink the intake for the
Yes,
new
it has shrunk.
admission, like
I,
right?
I, I mentioned it to another person as well. It has shrunk the intake, sir, especially in the UKG.
Okay. Okay, but it might not be to the extent that you might have to introduce new sections just for the
We have
repeaters,
never
right?
introduced. We are last 16 years, we have not introduced. 1 year we introduced, and it took me till 5th grade to correct it.
Okay.
Because
So
we are not, it's always going to be 5 sections. It's not going to change, sir.
got it, ma'am. Thanks. And just wanted to confirm if I understood it correctly. So the same, so the parents can fill waitlist forms for all the 3 campuses, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for
Most
answering my
welcome.
question.
All the best. Vamsi Krishna.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning, and thank you for the.
Yes, sir.
My query is our daughter's date of birth is 5th June 2020. So, I mean, it's a repeat question, I know, but will she be considered for the playgroup admission, or we can go for a toddler admission now in this academic year?
For she's 5th June, no?
12th June.
12th June, yeah, it's still borderline. I'll meet the baby and then decide. You fill up the waitlist form. We'll meet the baby and
Sure.
decide.
Okay, so we have to fill it for the playgroup itself, right? Not for the toddler.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Most of the other questions are already raised and I've got the answers, so I don't want to waste
No,
time. Thank you very much.
Yeah, all the best.
Thank you.
Saket Tiwari.
Yeah, hi ma'am. Yeah, thanks for the information. I just wanted to know, like, currently I'm staying in the Whitefield, okay, and in future I have taken the apartment in a near Gunjur. So that process will be after 3 years, that apartment. So I'm going to shift into the Gunjur. So my query is, like, currently I can take the admission in the Ramgondanhalli KiDeens. My my baby is eligible for the play group.
Correct. Yes, sir. Then. Perfect.
So for Ramgondanhalli,
Yes.
it will be automatically shifted in the grade 1
So good.
to the Gunjur campus.
That's right. Correct.
That's right. Okay. Now another doubt. Suppose I have taken the admission in the play group in the Ramgondanhalli campus.
Yes.
Let's say play group and the LKG completed in the Ramgondanhalli. Now I have shifted to Gunjur. So the UKG is possible into the Gunjur campus?
So the problem is, again, it's dependent on space. Like last 3-4 years, we have not done any admissions into the UKG at Gunjur campus. So a lot of our own sibling parents and other parents like you who are asking for transfer, we are not able to do into UKG because UKG Gunjur has not really added any new seats. In the last 3-4 years, we have not done any new admissions into UKG in Gunjur. So it is only in grade 1.
Okay. Okay.
At
So
any campus, it's the same story, sir. First criteria is availability of seats simply because we are not adding new sections. We are not adding new numbers into the school at any of the grades. It's always dependent, any movement, anywhere, new admission, transfer, everything is completely based on
okay.
the availability of seats and not other. You can, if you are already part of the system, there's no harm in writing an email and saying, please do in case put me on a wait list in case there is a seat available. I'll move to Gunjur. We can do that because Ramgodanali and Gunjur have the same. If you see the the affiliation numbers, the dice numbers, all are exactly the same. So there is no problem moving in between Ramgodanali and Gunjur. But yeah, like unlike Borwell Road and Gunjur, you can easily do Ramgodanali and Gunjur. So it's all you need to do is send us an email.
Okay. Okay. So in that case, I can continue Ramgondanhalli from the Gunjur if I shift there also. So the transport will be available for that many distance.
It's available all the way from till Harloor and Karmalaram. All of that. There's an RH bus that comes.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. Thanks, ma'am. That's what I wanted to know.
All the best. Vaishnavi.
Yeah, hi, ma'am. Good morning.
Hi.
Yeah, I would like to know, my son has completed 2 years now. So like, if you are conducting some assessment, he will be like behave newly with the strangers. With me, like he knows many things like continents, flags, fruits, vegetables, famous peoples, everything he will be telling. I have that video also. But if some strangers come to the home, he will not. He will not tell anything. So how you will predict the children based on?
Ma'am, number one is we are not going to ask fruits, vegetables,
That's a-
nothing like that. We'll ask the babies. We are not wanting them to learn all that at that age. For us, as a school, if you ask me, what do I want from a playgroup baby? If like my parents ask, how do I prepare? I want them to eat a few morsels of food by themselves. I want them to say clearly when they want to go to the bathroom. As a school, this is what we want for babies, ma'am. Rest all we will teach. I would want to be able to communicate
got
with
it.
the child. At a 2-year-old, 90% of the time will not speak to me. They will look at, even
Yeah.
when I offer them a chocolate, a normal baby who's in the school, I'm telling you, if I have to give points to the baby, when I offer them a chocolate, they will look at mommy and daddy for permission. Eye contact with mommy and daddy and say, should I
Yes.
take, not take?
Yes.
Mommy will say, no, only one for you, nothing more than that. Again, after 5 minutes of my interaction, baby will beg the mommy and daddy, please, can I eat the chocolate? And mommy will say, no, we'll go to the car and eat. I'll give you one more chocolate if you keep quiet until you go to the car. So I'm just saying it, we are not looking at superhuman babies. We do not want any preparation. We want regular everyday babies. How 90% of the babies are in school. There's no preparation to be done. We are looking at regular
Okay.
conversations. Again, both in playgroup and toddlers. 90% of the babies who come in do not speak in English also. Or if they speak, they are speaking one word, 2 words, up, down, give me, don't give me. That's all. Otherwise, it's all baby language.
Yes.
It's their mother tongue. They don't. And again, that's the only age when you can teach them the mother tongue. In school, we speak in English, but at home, we would want them to speak in their mother tongue. So there's no preparation. We are not wanting parents to come there and ask their children, tell me names of 10 countries, give me 5 flags. No, we don't want that. We are we want normal regular babies, and that's why the 5-minute interaction is just so that we meet the baby and see if this baby is going to be a happy child in our school. That's all we're looking at.
Got it, ma'am. And how about the admissions for playgroup? And you said for UKG you didn't like for the past 4 years you have not undergone any new admissions. How about playgroup and toddlers, ma'am? Do you have any opportunity for the new parents?
We have toddler section only in Ramgundanhalli and Borewell Road. We do not have in Gunjur. In Ramgundanhalli,
Okay.
we do admissions into LKG. UKG is only replacement seats. That's why the admissions happen only by the end of the year. It doesn't happen normally before December. But all other grades, playgroup is an entry level. So all playgroup admissions, that's why I said playgroup applications will go out in November and probably get done before the end of November or December.
Okay, got it, ma'am. So like once he is into playgroup, automatically he will be promoted to the next section till 10th, right?
That's right.
Yeah, got it. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Sonam Bansal.
Yeah, hi ma'am, good morning.
Good morning.
So we are shifting to Gunjur Road in next March. We have a position in next March. So since location is the weightage on the Gunjur campus, right? So what should we fill in?
You need to fill in.
Should I fill the
Gunjur address, ma'am? Please fill up the Gunjur address.
Okay. And will you send any postal documents or anything, because we are not yet shifted to that place?
We will not send any postal details. It's only email, ma'am. We are not going to be connecting with you through any other way. Only through emails. It's only that we don't want the babies when we plan transport routes or anything else. We don't want the babies to travel more than 40 minutes. At that age, less than 5 years old, there should not be the travel time from home to school should not be more than 40 minutes. That is why we have like somebody from Mahadevpura, we will not take into Gunjur campus. In fact, I write back to the parent and ask, if you've applied for Gunjur, are you going to be moving to Gunjur? I'll actually write a mail back to them, ask them, are you moving to Gunjur? That is why you put a Mahadevpura address, because otherwise we will not take. So it's dependent on, where we don't want the baby to travel very long, nothing else.
Yeah, that's correct. The position dates are March, but if it get delayed by 1 or 2 months, it's fine, right? I can still go with my new address.
Of course you can, and then we can tie up with the transport department and ask if your old and new address is still catered to by the transport department. All that can be managed on a one-on-one basis. You don't need to worry about it. Yeah.
Okay. As currently, like 26th October, the waitlist forms will be opened, and till how my kid will go to playgroup, right? So in the starting of November, you will be sending the, but how will you?
Ma'am, if you are in the first 20, you will get the application form. If you're between 20 and 40, you will get it only by the end of November. If you are beyond 40, we don't know, ma'am. Whenever the applications become available, if somebody drops out of playgroup, toddler, only then you will get. So normally by the end of January, whoever is beyond 40, beyond 50 in the wait list, normally at that time, if we see no scope of it getting processed, we will keep about 5-10 seats, 5-10 waitlist requests on hand, and rest of them we will write back to them saying, I don't think it is going to get processed. By January, we will tell you whether it's getting processed or not getting processed.
Okay, and there are 2 sections of playgroup in Gunjur campus, and each section.
Each section has 20 children, 40 children in playgroup.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Sunil Tiwari.
Hello, ma'am. Thank you for all the answers. I have a few questions. So one was like the first criteria will be the wait list, right? Once I get shortlisted with the wait list, then there will be the evaluation criteria where the kids and parents will be interviewed, right? After that, we can get a confirmation whether admission will be happening or not, right?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Okay. And by when this process will be completed for LKG and UKG?
So which campus LKG, UKG are you looking for?
Gunjur.
Gunjur LKG, if you are in that first 10 people, then it will be in November, December itself. If your waitlist number is beyond 10, then it will probably be January, February. After February, 1 or 2 people may get by the end of the year. Because
Okay.
we have
And
that's
yeah. Okay. And madam, can you tell me a little bit about the evaluation criteria, and is communication also a role for LKG and UKG?
correct. So for UKG, there is a written assessment. For LKG, there is a verbal assessment with the baby. The verbal assessment is nothing except communication. We are not really looking at how many names of fruits, animals, birds, or anything the baby knows. Nothing we are looking at. We are looking at, simple thing. Who's mom? What is mommy's name? What is daddy's name? What color? Some toy that the teacher sends. Do you know anything about it? We'll show them a toy and ask them to say a few words about. We're looking at communication skills. If the baby can
Okay.
respond to a question that the teacher is asking, we are not really testing any knowledge per se.
Okay. And ma'am, if the kid mixes Hindi and English in the answers, sorry.
Perfectly fine. Even Kannada, even Bengali or Malayalam, anything. All babies till they are 5 years old, we are perfectly fine in it. If the babies mixed up their mother tongue with what they are speaking, because that's normal in India. That's what we Indians are. We speak mixed languages.
Okay.
Perfectly okay.
And ma'am, one last question. If is cousin a right? So if cousins are getting trying for admission for LKG and UKG, will you give some preferences in that way?
I didn't understand, sir.
I'm saying that if instead of direct siblings, there are two brothers and both are cousins.
Cousins, we don't give any sibling preference. At least one parent needs to be.
Okay,
That is,
fine.
if the one parent has with two other parents, they have babies, that's one parent, then they are considered a sibling, not cousins.
Okay, okay, ma'am. And sorry, this,
Are you done, sir? Are you waiting for some other question?
ma'am, thank you. Yeah, sure.
Mr. Mohit?
Yeah, good morning, madam. So I have a question. Let's say I fill the separate forms for Borwell Road and Gunjur, and let's say my preference is first preference is let's say call from the other one, let's say Borwell Road. So in that case, what is the process? Wait for Gunjur to available, or like I have to get admission in that Borwell Road? Like what is the process?
So it's your choice.
Yeah.
We will send you application form. If that is not a one, number one is please don't apply for a campus that you are not interested in, because then your other people are losing out their waitlist status because of you. So and then of course again, like say for Ramgundanhalli, this is what happens with Ramgundanhalli for me. A lot of Borwell Road people, because LKG is unavailable in Borwell Road, will apply for Ramgundanhalli. We will not take it simply because we know that in the future they are going to say, we want to move back to Borwell Road campus. We want to move back. Can you give me transfer? We don't want to handle that kind of thing, which is why certain addresses are catering to certain campuses, which is why address criteria comes again. So even if you are within that 5 kilometers for Ramgodhanalli, if we feel that you're closer to Whitefield campus and you are still applying, we know that, at least from my own experience, 10 years experience that I have, I know that parents have heartburn because, in Bangalore, being Bangalore, my child is stuck in traffic, he's having vomiting problem, he's having fever problem, please transfer him back. It does not work out for us. You have to go through a fresh admission process. So that is why, based on your address, we will process for whatever campus is closest to your address first. And we would request the parent also to not unnecessarily apply for a campus that they are not interested in simply because it's available. Because that way you're taking away somebody else's chance of someone who's sincerely interested in one particular campus.
But just one follow-up question on this. So this is like the starting, like my child is now 3 years old around. So playgroup he will be going. but like let's say we want to prefer the school deans for, let's say, first, second, third. So if one campus is not available, so you are saying we should not apply to other campus, and then like, because first you told, right, moving, they will be moving to Gunjur campus.
Yeah, if you are coming to Ramgodanahalli, you will only move to Gunjur campus. From Ramgodanahalli, if you are saying, give me Borewell Road, after doing 1 year in Ramgodanahalli, give me Borewell Road, give me Whitefield, we are not going to be prioritizing you. We are not going to listen to any concerns, nothing. You will have to go through this entire admission process all over again if you are looking for Borewell Road and Whitefield campus, because we don't want transfers between campuses.
Okay, sure. Thanks, madam.
Because you're blocking a seat in a campus that you don't want simply because you didn't get a admission in a campus that you want. So, for us just to build the, this one equity of each campus for itself, we don't want to take, we don't want any campus to be plan B for the parent. You understand, from our side.
Sure, thanks.
Thank you, sir. Prince Dhawan.
First of all, thanks for answering all the queries. Most of the queries are already been answered.
Yes.
But still, which I just want to ask quickly. So first thing is there any specific time for the parents to see like how the kid is going or how the things are doing with the kid? Any specific days and time, like for example, some Friday, 11, 12, or any such thing, or parents can visit anytime? And this is not regularly, this is just occasionally, probably like once in a quarter or once in a 6 months, if we just want to visit to school and see.
We don't have any facility like that. No, all visitors to school are considered a security risk. Parents are not, nobody in fact can come and meet us also, even for an appointment. Without an appointment, you can't even come inside the school to meet the department or the reception desk. Nobody is allowed inside school without a prior appointment. If you want a meeting with the teacher, again, to a large extent, teachers, especially in kindergarten, prefer to have it online simply because, it is more sanitary that way. Again, any parent comes to school after school hours also, there is again a sanitization process that you need to continue to prepare the classroom or the premises for the children the next day. So that is why we have specific dates, like in the presentation also I mentioned. You will have class assemblies every quarter. We have class assemblies, we have daddy's days, mummy's days, sports days, some story session, some program where the parents come into school for half an hour, 1 hour, etc. But you cannot walk into the school and cannot look at the school just like that. It's not allowed simply because it is not safe. Not just for kindergarten, all the way till 12th grade, visitors are not allowed inside the campus because it is a security risk.
Okay. And another follow-up question regarding the same is, will there be any videos provided for the parents?
Yes, of course. We have our Facebook pages. You can look at it even now. It's a social page.
Okay.
There are lots and lots of all the different activities that they do. We showcase it on Facebook. We showcase it on our website. The teachers will send it to you on Microsoft Teams. Sometimes we live stream it for you if there is a very nice occasion that's happening. So we do have it. Only thing is we put all those security things in place simply because they are small children and we do not want that information to be misused in any way.
Okay. Okay. Second thing is, you mentioned in your presentation that there are 2 meal breaks. So may I know the timing of those meal breaks for playgroup kids?
To a large extent, one is at 8:15, 8:30. 8:30 to 9 o'clock is one break. In the beginning, it will be a little more than 9. It will be 8:30 to 9:30 almost, because they are crying. Teachers are begging and pleading them to eat till almost August or so. Post August, it becomes half an hour. And then there is another break around 10:30, 11 or so. Normally, the teachers also take a break to have their tea or coffee, and the babies, if they have any, just biscuits or a fruit or something, because, just to kill that little middle hunger before they leave at 12:30. So there's a 15-minute break at about 11 o'clock.
Okay. So parents will.
Yes.
So parents will be expected then to send at least 2 tiffins, where like the kid will be having first one, the breakfast at morning 8:15, 8:30 when he'll come, and first break will be there. And then the second will be kind of a smaller lunch or equivalent meal.
It's not a lunch, sir. It's like a snack. Yeah.
Snack break. Okay.
The breakfast is a bigger break, and whatever they don't, half the time, whatever they don't finish at breakfast time, they will have it during the second break. Yeah, which is the same for all.
Okay. And next thing related to this is you mentioned about the canteen service. So is the canteen service is like fixed for the whole year? If we need to opt for some time, then it will be continued, or?
In fact, for kindergarten, we don't suggest first month. We tell all parents to wait out 1 month till the baby settles down, and then take the meal plan from August onwards. Even if your baby is used to taking daycare, if they are going to daycare and you would like, from the beginning we tell you not to take candy, simply because it's an adjustment time till the baby gets adjusted into the school. In the first month, June, we don't allow. After that, July onwards, you can take a meal plan. Can be for a week, it can be for a day, it can be for a month, for 6 months. It's your choice. All the details are there on the website. Basic meal plan is there. You can look at it, or otherwise they will mail it to you every month. They mail you the entire menu for that particular month. And in case you are interested, you can get back to them and say that you want it for that day or that week or that month. It's your choice.
Okay. Okay. And next is relation. So do we have any option of changing the transportation route within the session? For example, we are shifting from one address to another address in the mid of the session. So during that time, is it possible to change the route?
It does happen.
Meaning change the bus itself.
It does happen occasionally, but certain bus routes are very full. So yeah, you'll have to everything is based on space availability. We don't normally keep too many seats open anywhere in the school because we are a fixed number, small school. So whether it is buses or within school or outside school, it's the same thing. It's like we keep 1 or 2 seats at least in buses, 1 or 2 seats extra are always there. So we try and adjust it, but yeah, it is dependent on space availability at that time in that particular route. And again, they will not change the route halfway through. That is, if you are moving to a place where a bus route is not going, we cannot change the bus route halfway through the year to accommodate that particular baby. If there is already a bus route going to that particular place, yeah, 90% of the time we are able to change the child halfway through. Does that answer your question?
Got it. Next question is
the bus route.
Yeah, next.
45 children in that bus their bus timings are going to change. That's all. That's why we can't change it.
Okay, no, that's fine. So next question is related to immunization records. You mentioned that you will be during the filling up application will be expecting to provide the immunization record. So is this a regular immunization or looking for these COVID immunization?
No, not COVID immunization. We are looking at regular immunization because that is
regular vaccination.
Yes.
Regular age-wise vaccinations. Okay. Okay. My another and very important question is related to writing when it comes to kids, when they'll be progressing to the next sessions. So for example, the people or the parents who are non-Kannada background, so they definitely can't help the kid to do any Kannada. So in that case, how it goes for kids? So is it that school will be taking care of those things, or will they be sending back the homework wherein we need to assist our kid doing those for like non-Kannada parent, like we are non-Kannada parents. So in that case, how does that go?
The same for everyone in school. So more 90% of our school are non-Kannada parents. But their admission is Kannada. The Karnataka government has made it compulsory that the babies will learn Kannada. So the school will support to a large extent. However, when there is a mid-year or the baby is not able to adjust, we will ask you to go through. We send you videos, or we will send you ask you to take a child will require a tuition or something. We will say. But if in kindergarten, 90% of kindergarten, 98% of kindergarten children we'll be able to assess, because we are only introducing them to alphabets and only alphabets in kindergarten. So there's no issue in kindergarten. But however, if a child joins in 5th grade, 7th grade, at that time when they have to learn full Kannada, they would need tuition or external help. It cannot be done by the school alone.
Okay. My last query is related to homework. So till like first grade or till second grade, will there be any homework sent for the kids wherein parents need to assist them in doing the homework?
Even in kindergarten, we do have homework. The homework to a large extent is reiterating what happens in school. You're not going to be writing pages of A or B or cat, bat, sat, pat. That is not the homework that's going to be sent. However, when we have red day, blue day, you have to bring a blue thing to school. You have to talk about it. So that kind of preparation is there from the child side. Also, it helps the child to speak up a little bit, and then you are not putting a boundary on what the child learns. Even I remember in my own UKG, when we did animals, when we were talking about animal kingdom, I divided the class into alphabets, and each child was given an alphabet. So there was one baby who said A for aardvark. Aardvark is the first alphabet in the first animal in the dictionary. Even I did not know that when I was a class teacher. It was a surprise to me. So again, just so that we don't put boundaries on how much the child wants to learn, how many things the child baby wants to learn, show and tell works. And so preparation for show and tell, preparation for recitation competitions, fancy dress competitions, all that, yeah, we need the parent support for that. But if it is going to be an evaluation, for example, we have something called KiDeen engineering, where the baby makes a robot or makes a vehicle or something like that. They bring the parts to school and they actually make the model in school. There we are going to look at only the child's capability, what the baby is able to do. When it comes to assessment or when it comes to evaluation, we are looking at the child's effort and not the parent's effort. But whereas regular homework, yes, there is an amount of effort that we need from the parent side for it. There will be sometimes worksheets sent, sometimes there is small things that the child needs to prepare and come. Yeah, we need the parent support, and that kind of homework exists all the way from kindergarten till 12th grade.
Was more focused over writing. So in case of like, will the kids be coming and homework? Why I'm asking this question also, I'll just add in one line. So currently I have put him in school. So wherein what the teachers are doing here is they are asking them to write like in like 1 or 2 lines of A in the school, and rest of the lines they'll give it to home for parents to do it. And then kid, he's like very small, so he doesn't even.
At that age, we won't even
Sorry.
make them write. For us, the baby will not write.
Yeah, I know. I have heard that. I have heard in the presentation which you mentioned, but since it will be gradually, it will be introduced as in the LKG. So during that time, is it the like same pattern followed over there also, that you will be adding like 2 or 3 lines in the classwork and rest 7 or 8 lines will be sending back to home for parents to help kids to do it? So that's what I wanted to ask.
Yes, sir, we will. It will be normally during holiday
Okay.
time. When you have 3-4 days in the break in the middle, we would ask the baby to write. It will normally not take more than 5-10 minutes, all the way up to, from what I understand, second, third grade till second, third grade. Most of the homeworks can be done in 15-20 minutes by the child individually without any help from parents.
After first grade is perfectly okay. My question is more focused towards till UKG, because till UKG the kid will not be.
There will be some. I already said there will be some amount of.
Okay.
Especially if your baby's handwriting is not well, then we will ask them to practice. If the handwriting is quite okay, then we will not ask them to. So it is literally preparation. It is from one child to another, again, because we don't have very large numbers. So yes, it is specific to each baby. Certain babies are given more homework, certain babies are given less homework based on what they are able to do, how much they are able to complete in class, how much they are not able to complete in class. Whatever is good for the child, it is sent back. It is not generic, which means
Okay. Okay, great.
not get 7-8 lines to write. Some children will get 1 line, 2 lines to write. Some child will finish it in class, and certain children will not finish it in class. It's okay for us.
Okay, got it. I'm done.
Thank you. Mr. Pal, Sandeep Pal.
Yeah, hi ma'am, good morning. So thanks for your nice
Yes.
presentation, ma'am. I have one question regarding the age criteria. So in one of the PPT or even to one of the days relaxation you can give. So my daughter is 3rd June born.
It'll be completely okay.
Short.
There is no
So
issue with the age. You will write to us on the wait list and we will write back to you on how you need to apply.
yeah, so one question on that, if at some point of time, if any PDL is mandated, like right now, many people are saying it's not mandated. That's why school is giving
The idea is that it will get mandated. There is no choice with it. It will get mandated in the long
so
run.
2-3 days.
2-3 days relaxation,
Fine.
everybody does. There's no harm with that.
Okay. Okay. And one more question, how?
Picture. See, we feel that babies literally their fingers get grown up. It is scientifically proven that their fingers get fused. You know, the bones of their fingers get fused only after 4 years. It is criminal to make them right before that. There is a certain
Yeah,
amount that how much they grasp is open. Again, it's again, personally, if you ask me, I don't want the babies to learn all kinds of weird things before they are 4 or 5 years old. They don't need to learn. Like the basics that they need to learn is I need to learn how to eat by myself. I need to learn to say I have to go to the bathroom by myself. I need to know, and then each age has its own criteria. It says, no, by this age, the baby should be able to, like a UKG, when a baby is able to decipher, am I a boy, am I a girl, will know how to tell lies at the right time. When parents say, oh, my child lies so much at this age, I said, that is a filter that comes in at 5 years. It's a at that time your eye comes in. So the baby knows what to say in public, what not to say in public. Till then they think that they can say anything, which is it's very age related. It's not dependent on how much the baby knows, rather than how much what is expected physiologically from each child. So 3-4 days won't make a difference, and you will not have a problem even till your baby is in degree college. Nothing. You will not have an issue with it.
I was mostly worried if it's mandated, then at some point of time, if she gets to repeat, that will be a problem.
May not be a problem. May not be a problem.
Okay. Okay. And one more question, how do you do parent teachers meeting?
We most of the time, 98% of the time, you'll fix a time, you write a note on Ediflex to the teacher saying, I would like to meet, and the teacher will suggest when. If you are a person who comes to pick up your child, it will be right after that, sometime in the afternoon. If it needs to be personal, again, if it cannot be, if the child is going to a daycare center, the parent is not able to get off office, we do it over Teams. We do it over Microsoft Teams very often. When it is small things, I'm not able to make it to come and pick up the report card. I would like to know about my child. You can discuss it over on Microsoft Teams. Again, when babies fall sick at that age, they fall sick quite often. Every time there is a season change, all babies go through one round of runny nose and fever and everything. Whenever there's an epidemic, it's an epidemic through the school. So again, if you think my baby is missing more than a month, or you're traveling for a family function, anything like that, you want to discuss it with the teacher, she will 90% of the time fix it on Microsoft Teams and talk to you over Zoom or Team platform. Simply because it's one-on-one, it can be recorded and kept for future reference. That's why.
Okay. Yeah. One more last question. Till which grade you have the Kannada language? And do you have board exam?
Latest email from the government, mandate from the government says that it will, from next year onwards, it will be part of 10th grade board exam, which is why it's a matter that we are very afraid of, because especially Gunjur campus, if you see, about 80% of the crowd is not Kannadiga, non-Kannadiga. Whitefield still has a lot of Kannadiga crowd. Gunjur, we have that issue. So it's it's of concern for us as well. The government is mandating is that it will be a second language all the way up to 10th grade from next year onwards.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, ma'am.
Thank you. Sonam.
Yeah. Hi, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for it. I have two quick questions. So one is the bus that
Yes, ma'am.
we have for, is that shared between the kindergarten kids and
Some routes, ma'am.
from grade 1 separate? I'm sorry.
Certain routes, ma'am. Only certain routes, certain Ramgunan routes, certain routes have shared, but or if you're in Gunjur, yes, the return is a shared route. Or the morning is a shared route, sorry, the return is single. But most of the time, kindergartens have their own units. Only in Gunjur, it is a mixed one, ma'am.
Okay, so Whitefield separate bus is what you're saying.
Borwell Road has, most of it has separate. There are certain routes, I said, there are certain routes where there are mixed buses.
Okay, okay.
But then we have a seat.
Got it.
So all the babies are normally seated right in front. And then there will be a teacher, normally
Okay.
admin staff will sit with them. And then the older babies will be seated at the back. So we do have a process through which we kind of seat them. Even if they are all babies also, there are the smallest babies, the auntie will sit with them or she'll strap them and they have seat belts and things like that.
Got it. Thanks. And so the other about, so you mentioned that there are 20 to 25 kids in the kindergarten. So how many teachers are there other than the break times, which I know you said 4
Not break time, ma'am. All
adults are there.
All through the time. They're not break.
Oh,
See, these are
okay.
ever sitting. They sit for 5-10 minutes at a time. Rest of the time they're running around. Even if I'm giving a craft activity, I'll not keep the pencil, the crayon in front of them. It'll probably be kept at a common area and the baby will go pick up the red crayon, come, color with the red crayon, go back, pick up the yellow or pick up red and yellow. If they are intelligent enough, after some time, they'll go pick up 2 colors and come. But the idea is the movement is encouraged. At that age, we want them to move a lot. There's a lot of running around, there's a lot of movement. So obviously there's a lot of mess. You need those 4 people to handle them at that time. So
Okay.
they're not sitting unless you're eating for that 15-20 minutes. When they're eating, with great difficulty we keep them seated, but otherwise they are not expected to be seated at any point of time. They do run around a lot in school.
Got it. Sounds great. So ma'am, just so one thing now to this is that how does this ratio change from grade 1 onwards?
Yeah, that's a very good question, ma'am. So we do have in grade 1, grade 2, grade 3 also, there is a matron in class who primarily helps them with craft activities. So you have a teacher in grade 1 up to 3. There's a teacher, there is an assistant teacher, and there is a matron in class, because all the way up to grade 3 or 4, babies still need help in undressing and putting their clothes back on. Bathroom is still an issue all the way till when they are 10 years old. So that amount of support is anyway there. After that, it becomes only the matron, which will be a shared matron and no assistant. But up to 3rd grade, there is a teacher. There's, as in 2nd, 3rd grade. By 3rd grade, I think it becomes a shared assistant also. Whenever there is a activity going on in class, there will be an assistant who comes and helps the teacher. Otherwise, there will be 2 teachers at the time of when the child is getting off the bus or during their meal times, during their sports time. The 2 teachers will be there with the baby, simply so that, just to give them that kind of support. Or if one teacher is absent, there will be a substitute there with them, so who's familiar with them. So that's how we do, ma'am, all the way up to say 3rd, 4th grade. After that, it becomes only subject teachers. So there is a home teacher and there are subject teachers.
Thanks a lot, ma'am. Thank you.
Most welcome. Indraja?
Yes, ma'am. I just have 2 quick questions, not with much time. My son born in July 2019, ma'am. It is 1 month spillover. Maybe it is a repeat question. Can I try for LKG or still go for a play group?
It will be play group, sir. It will not. We will not take an LKG anymore. At least that was a query which a lot of schools have put to the state government, and they have flat refused. Even in fact, they said beyond 15th June, don't take, but we are meeting parents and, kind of meeting the child and deciding. But yeah, July, they will not allow, so.
Yes, ma'am. The next question would be like, if at all my son gets admission, so my elder son, to get an admission, will there be any priority?
Of course,
Yeah,
that's
in the
the
same.
Yes, there is that in the same school, there is a priority given to siblings. So if there are 5 applicants, the sibling will get the highest priority.
Yeah, point is like, so he's into 4th standard. So the just how fast, based on that one only we can confirm, right? Because that admission also process will start soon.
Not happen before March, April. So grade 4 admission is likely to happen only post February, because it's dependent on how many children take TC from 3rd grade. Most of the 3rd grade, say beyond 1st grade, in fact, most of the TCs, or kindergarten for that matter, TCs normally occur between January and March. That's when parents have decided we are moving, and by January they have to tell the school. They tell the school we are not continuing next year. You can open off the seat for somebody else. So until the parent tells us that they are moving, we cannot open the seats. So if you are applying for 5th,
Okay.
it is completely dependent on who leaves from 4th grade, the current 4th grade. And that information, most of that information will come to us only by end of January, February, which is why your timeline for, even if it's a sibling admission, even, in fact, I have presently applicants. I have about 5-6 applications from our existing siblings for grade 5. And that also I'll only be able to process same time, February, March only I'll be able to do it.
Thanks. Yeah, just only the last one point is currently we are staying near Vaidehi. So by seeing the current trend, all we'll get a admission in Gunjur campus only. Can we apply with the current address? Anyway, once we get the admission, we will shift to that location anyway. But can we use the Whitefield address for now while filling the application? That makes any difference?
Sure, sir. You should use it.
Okay, all right, madam. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. JB?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, hi. So basically, I have a question regarding that vaccination certificate that you are
Yes, ma'am.
expecting at, I mean, till what age you are expecting that kid should go through all the vaccinations?
Ma'am, it is mandated by CBSE. So we take, it's part of the application process all the way up to 7th, 8th grade, ma'am.
Okay. So till what age? Till 7th to 8th grade.
It's not that we don't have a list that this is all you need to undergo. We just need to know what has the child taken. It's not that there's no mandate. You have to do all these. You have to go through COVID vaccination. There is no mandatory that you need to go through so many vaccinations. Just that the school needs to have records. Now, I'll give you an example. For 3 years ago, there was a mandatory from the government that the babies who were below UKG or grade 1 need to go through an MMR one more time. That was given by the government. So the government conducted the MMR program inside the school. It was told to
Okay.
them, it was given compulsory. Then parents some parents said they have already been given. They came back with the vaccination certificate and said, my child has already been given this MMR. I do not want them to be given a second time or a third time. So that kind of thing, we don't look at it regularly. But yes, when required, when you want to make a point, it needs to be there. And again, it's mandated by the CBSE thing.
Okay, maybe this is new info for me. Maybe I need to further look into how things goes, because you are telling it's mandatory for all the CBSE, right?
Yes.
As part of CBSE.
Correct.
Okay, yeah.
They are not really told us what is mandatory in that. It's just
Okay.
now they are collecting data, which is why schools have their school codes now, affiliation numbers. Each child has an STAS number, which is why we have an Aadhaar card, which has become compulsory. So it tie up to the student tracking system number. And so if government authority types it to student tracking system number, they will know what are the language preferences, what is the area, what is the demographics. Again, if you look at the application form, why would the school be bothered how much money you earn? What is your earning capacity, your home income? All those kinds of questions are what is mandated by the state government or the central government. Education government wants to know what caste you are, what creed you are, what religion you are. That's something that the school is really not interested in any way. But
Yeah, agreed. So because like the kid born in a different state and they just give some, the government have some format of these are the vaccinations that they have to take as a mandatory, and we just took this, but we have kind of that notebook that they were
correct. That is the picture I need. That's all. I just need a picture of
we
that
need to provide.
language. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay, okay, fine. Yeah. Okay, ma'am. So another question is like, yeah, I'm actually looking for admission for UKG, but seems like it will be little tricky to get admission compared to a first standard, like, because in first standard you have a 5 grades, maybe the seats that are available will be little more than the UKG, I guess. So from the first standard, so I'm not able to see what are the sports and extracurricular activities that individual class or students will go through in an application, I mean in the website. So do I have any place where I can see this?
They're on the website. You can go there. If you click on curriculum, it's there. Curriculum is there. Then co-curricular activities, co-scholastic activities.
Yeah, but it's giving a brief description about sports, like swimming and other sports activities will be involved, but I'm not sure. What, ma'am?
Swimming is not there. It's not a mandatory sport in school. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not giving what are the list of that are there, what are mandatory and what the student can.
From time to time, every year, they based on what the children want, we introduce and remove things that are there in school. So that's why it's not there.
Okay.
And I will make a presentation for higher school.
Sure.
3
That
years.
will be great. Yeah.
That you can see the dates are there on the website already. All through November, we have presentations for the main campuses. You can go, you can attend any of the sessions which is similar to this. It's based
Yeah.
grades, where I explain what is going to be offered next year. So every year it changes. That's why
great.
when we had skating as
Yes.
compulsory. We have years where they were playing skating, basketball. Certain years, at this point of time, basketball, football are very big on the list. You have kabaddi, kho, volleyball, all that as well, but it's very huge. On the days when it's very rainy, then we have table tennis, things like that. So it is, again, if you look at our Facebook pages, you will see a lot of pictures of that same. But you will, we will explain it in detail.
Yeah, actually, I came to that you have a lot of sports, but I just go through the calendar that you have where I can see a lot of tournaments were happening for Coco and Kabaddi in the coming month. So from there, it just came like you have like this Kabaddi and Coco also. So like eager to know other sports that you were exposing to the kids. So it will be great if you.
Yeah, it is age specific and it is graded, and we put it. I'll be making that presentation when we are doing for higher grades, ma'am, not for kindergarten.
Sure. Thank you.
Akshit Kumar. Akshit Kumar.
Hello, ma'am. Yeah, this is. I was using his name for last year nursery online classes. So, we understood because you have already explained all these things, but I just want your confirmation on what my understanding is. So, this process starts on 26th of October, where I need to fill the form, that waitlisting form. And then whoever has filled the form first, you will select those to, send application forms.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, and we have, as of now, you have 10 seats in UKG, right? And this admission process will be for those 10 seats.
Only in Borewell Road, sir.
Right.
Only
in place Borewell Road.
In Ramgundanhalli and Gunjur, there are 0 seats. In Borewell Road, because there is no increase of seats between playgroup and LKG. In UKG, we increase it slightly. So there are those 10 seats only in Borewell Road, not in any other campus.
Okay. All right. And the only thing that I need to fill in waitlist form is name, date of birth, and address.
That's right.
Okay, and then I just need to submit that. Correct. And then based upon who has submitted first. Okay, so it depends upon internet connection. How do I submit all those things, right? So I need to be prepared at 9 a.m. on 26th.
9 a.m. on 26th, and you can have it as a word pad. Or you can fill it on a mobile. It takes 30 seconds to fill the details. That's it. We have no uploads,
Okay.
nothing into it. It's just name, date of birth, address. That's all.
And that form will be available only at 9, not before that. So I cannot pre-fill.
No.
All right, all right.
Like I said, it's fastest finger first. Normally, let's say I don't believe, and we have to actually send screenshots. There are parents who say, which is my waitlist number? I don't believe you can get 100 applications in 5 minutes. So I send them, see, we cross 100 in less than 2 minutes. We cross 200 in less.
Okay.
And then we can't remove it offline simply because then we have parents who come and stand at our gate and cry and things like that. So the problem is we don't have seats, and from your side you need to fill it in. I cannot say don't fill it in. I have to give everyone a chance. So it is literally fastest finger first. There's no other way. I keep asking parents, if you can give me another way of doing it, I'd be happy to answer.
All right. And it will block further forms if say certain number of are already filled in.
Blocking it. That is we don't block it. We don't, because
Okay.
every time we block it, somebody comes back and fights against us. So we don't. We literally just say we will choose from the first 10. The first 10, first 15 are the ones that get processed across all grades. But yeah, it's just that whoever's first there, we don't want to put our mind to choosing. So it's chosen automatically by the system.
All right. Okay, that's all, ma'am. Thank you very much for all the information that you provided.
All the best. Nikita Jalan.
Yeah, hi, ma'am. Ma'am, follow-up questions on the UKG admission. So since you mentioned that there are only 10 seats in Bolwell Road, so if I am those lucky ones who are selected or who filled that waitlist form in top 10, so by when can I expect the admission form to be rolled out to me? The application form, sorry. Not
I was quite clear on that, and actually during the presentation, it would normally be December, January, not before that, ma'am.
Sorry, ma'am, January, what did you mention?
It will be December or January. Again, see, because only Angeline ma'am, who is our headmistress, she's the only one who will be meeting children. She's meeting children of all playgroups and all campuses. She will meet them for interactions at Borwell. So by the time it comes to UKG, it will be December before. So we will not, if we send out the application, then parents keep requesting, can we meet tomorrow? Can we meet day after? We can't do that. So we will send out the application at the time when ma'am is ready.
So ma'am, this is for the top 10 also. Like if I do it within top 10 also, that also December, January only the admission forms would be rolled out.
That's correct. Yes, ma'am.
And ma'am, how long, like if the admission form is rolled out to me and if I'm being selected for the interview process, how long is the interaction between the headmistress and the parent and the kids and the headmistress?
It's about 10-15 minutes. It's a 10 minutes. There's a small assessment that the child needs to undertake. So we will have a worksheet for them to fill out. Normally it's a bit of coloring, match the following kind of thing. So the baby will do it one-on-one with the teacher. So the teacher will sit down and give her give the child instructions based on which the child will finish it. And then there will be a 5-minute meeting with the headmistress. So that's what will take 15 minutes.
Okay, and will there be any separate interview between parent and the headmistress also?
Of course, ma'am. It's just like I said, it's a 5-minute.
Okay.
It's a 5-minute meeting with the headmistress. It's a 10.
Okay, 5 minutes.
There's a 10-minute interaction, a 10-minute assessment for the baby, which is like just 2 pages, which they probably do in 1 or 2 minutes. When babies of that age are in full rush to finish, they'll go fast, they'll do it and come back. So they are quite fast at it. 10 minutes, I'm just saying, settling down and mummy's letting them go and saying no, should
it will also include Hindi and Kannada?
Pardon?
The UKG assessment will also include subjects like Hindi and Kannada?
Yes, ma'am, that is optional. It's only, again, it's half mark, 1 mark. If they know, it's good. If they don't know, also it's fine.
Okay. Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. JB?
Yeah, ma'am. One last question. So when we are filling the waiting list form, so like after a month or so, can we know like what the waiting list number so that we can just keep hope, or like we can move on?
I would not want you to, because a lot of parents last year, we had hundreds of email asking, where's my waitlist number? When is my waitlist number? When it's going to get clear? We don't know, ma'am. 90% of the time we don't know. So it's,
Yeah, because like if it is, yeah, as you said, if it is less than 10 or 20.
my whole thing is, please wait up at least till November or so. You know, if
Okay.
it's 10 or 20, yeah, we can tell you. But beyond that,
Okay.
it's going to happen.
Okay, but after December, till we didn't get any response, maybe we can ask.
You will know for yourself if it's 10 or 20, because at 9 o'clock we will have 50 applications. That part I'll tell you very clearly.
Okay. Okay. It's like booking Tatkal.
True, actually.
Yeah, agree. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. So,
Yes.
Mr.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. Mr. Vamsi, you have another doubt? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry for that. I just wanted to know, like, for the same campus, like me and my wife, can we try applying simultaneously?
Sure, we'll see who's lucky. Correct.
Okay.
It's common for a lot of parents to do that. Yeah. We have
Okay.
child's name and two parents apply separately and see what works out. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'll log off now and wish all of you all the very best. And I hope as many as possible get admission. And if there are any further queries, you can always write into us. We try and help you out with it. Best wishes. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thanks.